NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Saints take over first.
Here come the Saints for their opening drive.
And they'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the MVP of the league back in 2016. It's Matt Ryan. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Saints first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the shotgun, Ryan. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
3rd down and 7.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. A 46-yard return.
And that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Play action. It's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down.
To go.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. A nice little juke. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Back to throw now on first down. This one complete to Jordan Reed.
The pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one, and this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
First and goal.
Stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
on 3rd down, Ryan.
To go.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
At their own 40.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Good starting field position. 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly. That catch good for only a couple. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Lambo on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Saints nothing.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out.
Lions.
Not much there, only a yard. Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken at the 46. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Jordan Reed was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
They'll take over first.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
The quarterback set.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And goal.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Return team.
Yeah, this This is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin with the black and blue matchup. Bring your lunch pail for this one. Pittsburgh playing host to Baltimore. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. The Steelers trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Hollywood Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half.
Time just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They were direct with us. They said last week his 3 fumbles, we want that to be an aberration. Another one right there, though.
And it's going to drive them crazy because we saw them coaching, and all they talked about is the 4 points of pressure when carrying the ball. Fingertips, forearms, biceps, sternum or chest, keeping it high and tight, and they're not getting that done.
All teams go over those points of pressure?
They go over them all the time, and sometimes it becomes 5 points of pressure when you bring the second arm in to cradle the football.
The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
To throw is Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, New Orleans.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
29-yard attempt.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Down at the 15-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and
out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route.
The pass.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. It's player spotlight time, and we focus that spotlight on the quarterback, Matt Ryan. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They go play action now. Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Ryan sacked.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And that will be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He's brought
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
brings up second down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Lambeau on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground, and zone for 6.
From 22-yard line.
Back now onto the field comes the Atlanta defense. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Evans once again the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Throwing again. Ryan
Again for Evans. This time he's got him.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there. First down.
And the Saints first down.
From the gun, Ryan. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
He was tackled.
A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
New Orleans.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Ryan.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. Again, Ryan. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Incomplete. It's
third down. Ryan looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Josh Lambo set.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
From down at the 12, it's
on 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Ryan's pass.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21. On 3rd and 1. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
5-yard line.
The D can only stop it one more time. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta.